something in knowing that killing, no, that they thought they was killing Jesus. I just woke up.
Say that again?
I said people that was persecuting Jesus thought they would get the satisfaction of killing Jesus. Well, like it was like it would make them feel satisfied or something like that, but they didn't. They didn't get enough satisfaction because they know in him was life. Do you know a portion of them knew that he had life in them? They was in the wrong. And wait, we talking about Megamind?
Oh, you were talking about
Jeremiah.
Yeah, you were talking about Jesus too, because they tried to trap Jeremiah in that hole. But then we started talking about Jesus, how they try to trap him in his words. Then you said they try to trick him they try to set him up to kill him at the party.
Oh yeah, they kept trying to kill him in every single way. The only reason that they get to persecute him is because he gave his life. He ain't let them take it.
He laid down his life. For what do mere mortals do?
Nothing.
And so he laid down his life.
Because if he has, he know his God can protect him. Like when that time where Peter was when he cut off somebody's ear, he said, "Put your sword back in your house," something like that. I don't know what it's called.
He was it.
He said, if our God can call on him, he can call on him. Don't you think he can save him in that time? But he chose to do that. He chose to go with them. And they kept
regarding the matter. He was upset. He didn't want him to respond to life in the same way that his attackers were responding. That because Peter was set apart, he was supposed to understand that from that standpoint, that being with Jesus, we don't respond to life the same way that the world sees fit, because there is no message in it. So if you're fighting evil with evil, then it just make you in the same standpoint of those people. And so now you're less confident in who you are, because you're triggered beyond your emotions, when Jesus doesn't live by emotional standpoints.
He lives by what his Bible says.
He lived by what God says, which is to be in the incline. So through the gift of discernment, he's listening to the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of God. Okay, put on the full breastplate of righteousness. Put on the full armor of God, the breastplate of righteousness,
shield of faith, the belt of truth,
of salvation.
The belt of truth, the helmet of salvation, the footsteps of the gospel, the sword of the Holy Spirit.
This is where the sword of God, which is the word of God.
The sword of God, which is the word of God.
Okay, prayer and utterance and supplication. And so, this is another snippet of Let's Talk. Okay, y'all, let's talk. Y'all seen that movie?
Who's there? Achoo. Bless you.
Megamind. We're gonna talk about it. Before we get into it, we won't read about it. I mean, we're gonna read.
I don't read about Megamind. They don't got that in the Bible.
I know, right? Let's see. Or did they counterfeit it from the Bible? You know?
I mean, there's a villain, super villain. Once y'all play good, that's what you did. Let me say this for y'all, cause like a story and
the sure destruction. Woe to the bloody city. It is all the sure destruction. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. They prey departed not. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses. And there is none end of their corpse. They stumble upon their corpse because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Y'all hear this? This is in Nahum 3. The sure destruction. This is witchcraft. The city of the blood. Woe to the blood city. It is all full of lies and robberies. And they pray. Let me tell y'all. It's a P-R-E-Y. Departed not. They pray.
Pray like a prey.
Yeah.
You know how lions catch their food by
fruit is
like
about to be inspected.
Not praying.
Yeah.
Pray, like the food they eat.
Blood city. Not like the food they eat. Pray. Pray like, if this a lion, I'm coming after you. Little thing, hyena, or whatever you is, crawling in the grass. You remember?
If y'all know what they mean, I know what they mean.
Who remember Lion King when they was like,
wait, hold on.
Yes. Who remember Lion King when he was in the pouncing? Okay, doing too much for me. But at the same token, he was watching, he was sitting there. His father was showing him how to do it, how to get down. I know, right? how to get down and get low and watch and see. They're like we were talking about with them demons, right? Remember we were talking about it's the bugs out here in this world, and them bugs, as soon as you mind your business, they come trying to land on you and bite you. Like what? They be operating the spirit of stupid.
Not flies.
You swallow, they come right back. Ugh,
that's what flies do, but they don't bite. They're disgusting.
They stupid. Flies is so stupid. You just gotta know it. You gotta know. You can swing at a fly and they still come towards your direction, baby. It ain't reconciled with the fact that you want to knock it out. Okay, now.
Wait, is that praying towards to kill the fly? Huh?
No, because they like come in near our space, which means they are literally.
What about outside? Because
they are literally outside, right? We in their space. That's why God said we got more dominion than a fly. Okay, period.
Still gonna hit him.
Have dominion, subduing to
they're in my area.
He gave us dominion over all the fishes of the sea. Okay, period. That fly is done for. Yeah, it's a fly, right? All right, goodbye, fly. Anyways, conversation though. Demons do the same thing. See that? Tell her what you were telling me. I know the Holy Spirit gave it to you, but tell her how you said how demons do the same things that bugs do.
They keep. Oh yeah, but demons keep trying to come back toward you when you have to swallow by again Jesus. He gonna slap him like a fly. But because they gonna keep trying to come back after you where you go where God wants you to be at, then we'll try to come back every single time like out of my way. You eat poop for a living. Bye. Because they have beat up. It's body odor. They smell like body odor. They stink. They smell like.
Demons stink too, y'all. Demons stink, and then they'll try to implement their stink onto somebody else. That's called witchcraft. Demons have a tendency of trying to puppet master allegation against those who are chosen, and witches and warlocks were partnered with the evil spirits to speak Woodruff curses or wormwood curses over somebody else's life in regards to how they see them. But the whole time there's a demon in the atmosphere. Demons stink. Y'all remember, let me tell y'all how the fruits always add up on these TV shows in the media, and they be exposing what they don't want to tell y'all because of the origin of where they create the movie or the TV show or wherever it come from. Just like Disney, 666 mark of the beast hidden in their logo right on the forefront. And so as I reconcile with the truth, I understand that no matter what is going on in life, everybody have a conscience. God gave everybody the ability to know right from wrong, and so regardless of where they choose to stem and create a fruit from, the root of that fruit is going to produce a element that's going to reveal its direction, if it's right or wrong. And so as you begin to hear the legitimate reasons to what they first created in the beginning starts to expand beyond what it was first originated from. If they don't fully tell you what their show or their contract was hidden or created from, you're going to receive the fruit of what it is no matter what. And so as we reconcile with this, the movie Wendy, Casper, the ghost, okay? Remember the ghost, they kept showing up in that place and they were trying to eat all the food. They were doing things through corruption, and baby, they had this little green aura around them, and everybody could smell what was that stinking in the atmosphere, right? But they came in just to do this thing because it was funny to them. This is how demons operate. But then you got these shows who go ahead and promote the movie to introduce that they reconcile with the fact that this is how demons operate, right? Demons operate from the kingdom of darkness, which means it wants everything that is in the reverse. Everything that shouldn't be, that's where a demon going. Just like a little fly. A fly want to eat what? Okay, now, just saying. But this is the catch about it all. You got those people who are needed deliverance that has certain demons in them, but fully not aware of what's operating through them, but yet they'll walk around and think they're high and mighty because of every which way that they tend to live from, because of a false reality or an ego base. Okay, given very much so like Ahab. Okay, Ahab had that same tendency of wanting to believe a lie. He had a tendency of knowing.
He almost hear what his flesh was.
Exactly. He knew.
Yeah, that's why he said he hated that one.
Yep, Micah. He didn't like Micah because Micah spoke the truth. Micah was connected to the kingdom of heaven, and he came to do the will of he who sent him. So he was a truth teller. But Ahab wanted to live a lie. He wanted to live a pretend reality. And so CJ was saying today, like how Disney come up with certain things where they have these movies that be creating the image or reality of saying, oh, I want a friend, or so they, but in the movies they don't never get that one friend. Can you explain it how you said it earlier?
I said they would act like they don't have one true friend, and because every single friend they thought that was real friends, they would backslide on them or something like that. And then, well, you could go to Jesus, and he the one true friend that died on the cross for you and rose again so you can have life.
And that is
instead of buying that apple like Snow White did.
Okay, that's a great point.
That's off of Adam and Eve. That's what they got Snow White from.
Okay, now.
That's what I got.
And it made me think.
That's a bitten apple. They got that apple from Adam and Eve because she got a poison apple where it brings her death or something. Mm-hmm. And then she bit it. That's from that's the apple from Adam and Eve. You can't tell me nothing. Y'all can't tell me that's not the apple from Adam and Eve.
Okay, because they're counterfeits.
When the old lady showed her a good, like, looked good.
That's what Eve did. Snow White must be Eve, bro. Y'all gotta tell me that. That's Snow White Eve. Snow White is Eve.
But
she been to deception, like, cause she was the other lady could turn into a snake.
She was possessed because she fell asleep. Did
she
fall asleep or something, or that happened after?
That happened after she.
Oh, okay. They put a movie out there to let y'all know, but they hid in the order.
Might as well call that movie Eve Bite to the Apple.
They know they fruits. They put it in the forefront of their logo of Disney, but it's hidden. 666. Okay, the mark of the beast. But they ain't gonna tell you because they want to mislead. They want to misguide and they want to steer you wrong while they laugh in the backdrop. That's what they did on Casper. Remember Casper meets Wendy or something like that? Wendy meets Casper.
You mean Casper?
Yeah, when the ghosts want to dwell with the
human. How is it dead,
they want to get in the vessel. They want to mate with witches. Okay. Ghosts who like witches.
I keep saying what I'm saying. I keep saying what I say.
Okay, give a prophet. Jesus be the prophet. Hear me now. Holy Ghost. It's only Ruach got the power. Everything else is reverse counterfeit. Slap that, scratch that. Hear me now. And so, yeah. Anyways, this is the catch about it all. They go and they pray and they be on these shows. They act in a movie and say, oh, they want their life to turn out right, but they go from a fairy tale reality, which they're praying now.
They will say they started off with God.
Two heroes. They pray two heroes.
Yeah, okay? They will say they started off with God.
Pray on here.
The Old Testament agreement is what the devil wants, and then now you know they having lesbians. Now you know they have LGBTQ partner with Satan and his deception. That's what they would do for movies.
Chakra Entertainment.
Like they could have started. They could have been chosen. Disney could have been chosen until
Chakra Entertainment.
Until they decided to partner
go
with Satan.
against God. They went and sin, willful sin.
It's too late now for that.
And they created their business on a false
contract. If they want to restart and go with God,
contract revealing their lie because you can't hide in the dark.
So if they wanted to restart, we'll give it God because Disney already. It's too late for Disney. So if Disney wants to make a godly thing, they have to delete Disney and make a new thing called
sacrifice the very thing that they put all the corruption on.
God
you gotta choose to give it up, throw it away. I remember when my daughter woke up. She was TikTok famous. She woke up one day and her account literally. You know who?
Oh, both of them.
No.
Oh, crazy.
Courtney Mill just had a video that was like that. Courtney whole account went TikTok famous. She gave her whole account up in her walk with Christ because she reconciled with her attachment to this entirety of TikTok and how she got it. She was still under willful sin of lukewarm Christianity, and so she was looking for Christ in another way. And so God, as she was coming closer to him, she began to let go of all of the old things that she was attached to through her identity of what she was new about herself. And that was one of them. She willfully gave up. I didn't have the conversation. It was between her and the Lord and somebody else. And she allowed that thing to be free from her. Goodbye. And she had another account that she walked away from as well, that she was producing music
I know how she gave it up.
Editing. But God chose to take her fruit and produce it in another way. And so the Lord will allow these things to be told, good and bad, what's going on in your life, and it's up to you to choose how you want to build your platform. If you want to build your platform on corruption, now you're going to produce the fruit of corruption, because everybody got free will to decide for their life who they want to choose. But when you gift it, a gift is without repentance. So she always had the gift to do what she was doing, but the enemy offered her a delay early in the limelight of how he seen fit. But God seen that she was going to be doing YouTube on this day, okay? And he seen how he was going to be using her for every other thing.
I'm all ears.
Ministry, editing, everything. But see, Satan wants to come and corrupt what God give you and take you down the route to mislead other people and take you down the route to go towards a route, right? And it's deep because CJ highlighted the fact that I know the Lord gave it to him, but how I heard it through the interpretation was how these people from Disney, or how their intellect of their free will towards sin, go and create these movies, and they're telling the fruits of a matter because of its origin is enmity against God, where they created the show and where they got it from. Just like Moana, that's a demigod. The little spin thing that she got on her little thing, the little cycle thing, that is witchcraft, voodoo. It's attached to all of the rebellion. God says rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. And yes, you guys, I liked these movies. I did like these movies too. You know, because we have emotions, and they know more about us than what we knew about us when we was born. We liked these movies. I was singing Moana, the baby. She wanted to be free. I was trying to be free. It sounded real close until she got in the bed with Maui, who want to go and partner with the sea, who's the demigod, and that sounds like a liar, like Marvel, and not the marvelous light. And so then she want to go into the marine kingdom when really we supposed to subdue the marine kingdom, because God gave us dominion over all the fishes over the sea. So how did the fishes fishes over the sea come talking about they gonna take the crystal. And yeah, why is it a crystal anyway? That ain't the birthright restored. That's given very much so. The same thing with Aladdin when he signed the contract in the sea, and it's given very much so. He had to die in order to live, but it wasn't given Jesus. So how you get under the water anyway and act like you gonna come back and get on the carpet and go fly off with Jasmine? What's going on? Fairy tale liar. And just like Megamind sound like the Blood City of what I just heard, okay, and Nahum. Because what is going on? That sounds like they're telling that they know that they're under sure destruction, but yet they paint it in a color that's a pleasing to your sight. That's giving a false dim light in the fruit, because you want to now call it, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, because you put the colors of the crayon box in there. And my God, when you program children in the governmental system, the first thing they do in the classrooms is paint the room of kindergarten all the colors of the crayon to make your child feel welcome to stay in that space while the parent ain't there, so I can program your child everything they need to know. This is just me speaking from the standpoint of growing up in a public school system, and they're not teaching me nothing about Jesus, but everything about a literature that I never even knew about, that has nothing to do with my God, but everything to do with their ways and their sin and their enmity against God. And so, yeah, the Democrat, Republic, and all these lies and everybody against one another, and Israel don't belong to them, and they knowing it, but yet they still want to be ahead of them because they think they are God. And so, I'm telling it all. So, yeah, the classroom, the carpet, everything look red, yellow, blue, and yeah, green and purple. I mean, the rainbow colors. Yes, it sure do. Why they take the rainbow colors and call it, a chakra? And then they did that, and it's looking like chakra entertainment on Disney, because everybody got a color and a costume and a suit giving pagan worship. And so they like Halloween, we see, and these heroes. Yeah, let's talk about the heroes. Everybody want to be a hero, right? On Fairy Tale Wedding, let's make up. Okay, I'm seeing the Beast. Okay, I'm seeing Beauty in the Beast. Be okay with the Beast is what he's saying. Subliminally, the Beast got a curse. The family sat up there and did something wrong, and now it fell on him. He the scapegoat, and he can't get free until the witch free him. But why would the witch be the one that need a free when Jesus got the cure? And so they selling a lie. And my God, the only way they can get out of the lie is if they get something beautiful. What? Come on, that's still flesh. So it ain't getting to the secure spot of how they get to heaven. They're like, if you take flesh and you get with this that is unlikely to you and mate with it, you can go somewhere, but it won't be heaven. But if you go and get with this, we gonna see something magical. You get away from you, Nephilim. You old Nephilim creature, you evil spirit that roamed the earth. Enoch, Hebrew, he was in that time. I hear the Lord saying Hebrew Israelite, and I don't like their fruits. And so I'm telling it flat out. Genesis 6 and 7 explain it all. It was ancient heroes in that time that's considered the Nephilites before the flood came, and they were doing enmity, and they came against my father's heart, and he cared. And my God, he washed away all of what he created because of their ways. And he took favor unto Noah, and Noah went up in a boat in an ark, and he obeyed the Lord. And my God, God said he would never wash away the earth in that way again. But there was still going to come a day where spiritual sleep was going to happen amongst the world. So when people think they're getting away with their sin and it's enmity against God, then you got corruption that wants to possess my God from an evil spirit standpoint, because the evil spirits were still roaming the earth even after Noah's flood. And so Satan chained in hell, he is bound, but he got demons and he got spirits that work for him. And he got weaponry that is in the kingdom of darkness, of Baphomet system, of Jezebelic covenants, which is witches and warlocks. And so you get witches and warlocks getting in the bed with Satan, and they're his children of terrors, but they're roaming the earth through everybody else who wants to do willful sin against God. And so rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. I feel the fire of the Holy One. So I want to keep speaking from this tone, because the way that the Lord is showing me right now, I perceive the weight of the matter is to get out of these covenants, get out of these bedrooms, get out of these agreements, get out of the things that you are seeing that is unsettling your spirit. I don't care if it's a mama, a daddy, a brother, a sister, a auntie, and a grandma. I don't care if it's a baby. What the baby saying? How the baby act? The baby responding? Is it manipulation, voodoo? How that baby cry? I'm trying to tell you, these are seeds that reveal the fruit in which it needs the cure. And so Jesus can fix it, Jesus can heal it, and Jesus can cure it. But see, everything got to desire Jesus. If it don't, it's a free will for that baby to operate the way it wants to operate from the day that it was born into the world. And so you got to let certain things happen the way they happen, but you got to choose this day who you may serve. And so that means you want to move from mixed logic. You want to reconcile what is right and what is wrong. You want to understand exactly who you are, and you want to see the seed produced from a fruitful standpoint of what God intended, which is the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. He told us to stay away from. And so that is called deception. But deception forms in many ways. It comes in what you might think is appeasing, or what you're desiring from your flesh and your wants. If I want chips every day, should I have it? If I want a person to be in love with, should I go outside of the will of God to get it? If I want to educate myself? Should I be into the order of a situation that my God is not in the beliefs of where I am trying to go? Okay, all right, your girl ran out of breath. Okay, Vashti's. We all have free will. Vashti's had free will. But see, guess what? When Vashti chose her free will, she got kicked out of her castle. Because, didn't mean everything that was happening was all wrong on her. But it just wasn't what the way that it, should have went. And so Vashti's had to, she ate her own words when she told her husband she wasn't going in there to do what he wanted her to do just because he was drinking that wine. And he wanted her to come perform in front of all of them men. Which, come on now, what man would want his woman to come perform in front of his friends anyway? They needed humbling. And he was humbled. Because after he got, she left and he put her out. He was different to Esther. Yeah. Lessons will teach you, you know. And so, I've been there because I learned, you know. And I needed Jesus and we needed Jesus. But this is the fact about it all. You got those who run to the false gods because it appeases their flesh to live a lie, because they're not ready to submit their will. And so they start to tell God from a backwards way, I'm not ready to stop sinning. I'm not ready to give up everything that I'm doing because I think it's fun to party. I think it's fun to drink. I think it's fun to do all of this stuff in the charades of activities. But I do want to go with God. I do fear the fact that if I'm doing what I'm doing, I don't get in heaven. I do have all these in the emotional standpoint, but I need something to help me soothe my emotions. So where do I run to? People will have a tendency to make themselves feel okay with the ideology that, okay, so I need to say in my mind I believe in Jesus, but I'm not living for him. Is a false reality that is created beyond the concept of comforting my own emotions to validate what it is that I'm doing away from what God is asking me to do to get to heaven. Okay, that is called deception. Megamind. Let's talk about it. You know Megamind? Can you come tell me? Okay.
Megamind has a big head. And he's in a spaceship. I don't know if he was evil or good. Was he evil or good?
CJ.
Was Megamind evil or good? Huh?
Jesus is real and Disney is fake.
Was Megamind evil or good?
Disney is a program, but this is not all about Disney. This is about life. Sin is fake. Flesh is a lie. There you go. Flesh is a lie and Jesus is real and he's the cure to subdue the flesh. If flesh thinks it can live from the standpoint in which it wants to live from, then now it produces a false reality. And that is corruption. And a doorway for Satan for you to say to Satan, come in, I'm with you. I'm against what God said. Tell them. I'm against what God said about my flesh needing to be subdued. So you come over here, but I'm not going to tell you flat out. I'm just going to say I'm against what God said indirectly by not saying that, by not choosing, here we go, to live the way that God created through leaving willful sin and choosing to submit to Jesus, submit your will to Jesus. So instead, I create the reality to say, or the concept from a backward standpoint of pushing away the solution, which is Jesus, to take emotions to another level of trying to achieve everything that I want in my life. But when it doesn't go the way that it's planned, I blame somebody instead of taking accountability. This is the lie of flesh.
Why don't some people blame Satan?
Tell us about Megamind, CJ.
So Megamind started off at a school. Like he was a bit. No, first he started off first part of the movie. He was an alien. He was from a different world.
That's heroes. The heroes are, ancient heroes. The evil spirits. They are considered the AIs. They are considered the aliens. They are considered foreign, strangers, foreign to your vessel because they're not supposed to be in partner with you. And that's what the ones who made it with God's humans before. And they're doing it again because they're evil. Okay? But they need you to agree. Even if you disagree to agree, they're going to find a way to make you agree. Why? Because they put it and they hide it in a TV, which is a programming. television. Who vision they telling? The network. Programming. You guess what? When all the channels don't come on the TV like back in the day, it say auto programming. They were telling that they programming something, but who's watching it? And whose program is it? If it ain't God that they're distributing out of that box, who is the one they're using it for? You gotta think. Who do they want? Your soul. They do. That's why most of y'all don't even want to watch TV. Y'all like YouTube. But they're making YouTube about as well because they want to control what you say and how you say it. Then they want to make you seem to look from the outer appearance instead of the inner appearance. They want you to look at the lamplight of how this looking, this looking. You got to have this and this and this. If you smart, you don't do what the program wants you to do, and you don't publicize all of your business in the public eye so everybody would know how you live your life. You don't show everything. You should not, anyways. Because that's a setup for a den of robbers and thieves to come and say that they want to solidify what you have as theirs. What? Goodbye. Yes, we still listening though, because I remember when he was in kindergarten, he was getting bullied. He was getting bullied?
Huh?
Megamind.
Oh yeah, Megamind, he was an alien, and then his planet was finna like get some criteria.
That's all CJ.
Megamind was an alien, and his planet was finna I think it was gonna get destroyed. And like people was trying to take over his planet, so his parents had sent him off inside a spaceship with the pufferfish as a pet, talking to pufferfish. And then there's what's his name? A Metro Man. Metro Man was an alien too. Yeah, and then he got sent off to a farm. And then they kind of like Superman. And then they both landed on Earth, but Megamind landed out of jail cell, and Metro Man landed. Oh yeah, Metro Man landed at a farm with a family and stuff like that, and then Metro Man was having fun and stuff like that, and Megamind, they decided they was trying to keep him as a kid or something like the jail cell members, but they're trying to keep Megamind as a kid, like they finna grow him up and teach him the ways of how to be a robber. And then they both went to the same school, Metro Man and Megamind. And then Megamind tried to be good or something like that, and Metro Man was both like Metro Man was trying to show off, and then Megamind got jealous, and he tried to be like Metro Man, and then he created gadgets and stuff like that, so he could make popcorn, and then it burnt the popcorn, and then he got sent away, and then nobody would pick Megamind for dodgeball. So he decided to become bad and become a full villain, and then Metro Man and Megamind both started being like it was good and evil. So Metro Man was supposed to be a good guy, and then they told Megamind was supposed to be a bad guy, and then they both started fighting, and then until Megamind wanted to win, and then Megamind was trying to basically he was trying to prove himself to people on the world. And Megamind, I feel like Megamind only wanted to be seen by the world and stuff like that, cause he always trying to show off for the world. And like kindergarten, I don't know, it was at school. He was trying to show off for the class, so he created gadgets. And then when he
wanted them to like him in reality, because they were bullying him and teasing him, so he didn't tell them flat out that it hurt his feelings. He did the opposite thing, which is project that it didn't bother him as much, but yet it did. So instead of him saying it bothered him, he became the bad guy. And so he felt that he validated his emotions, that he had a reason to do the things that he was doing to everybody else equal. But in reality, he still never accepted that he wanted to be liked. And he never told them that y'all are me.
And so they was fighting off until like one day Metro Man acted like he died because he got tired of being a superhero. He wanted to just be a regular person, and then he got hit off and threw a skeleton with a cape on it, right? And then he decided to act like Copper was his weakness, and then he went to a farm, and then dude, I feel like Metro Man was he was wanting to be doing stuff for the world because he was just doing what his flesh wanted.
You keep hearing the same thing about it. Sound like Stranger Things, because I kept hearing you said Copper off of Stranger Things. Remember?
Copper.
Yeah.
I know. I'm talking like a copper metal.
Oh, okay, my bad. Because I heard. Yes, go ahead.
His
Go
name is
ahead.
Hopper.
Hopper. Oh, his name Hopper. Okay. Go ahead.
And then Metro Man was just doing stuff of his flesh because he hit off. He wanted to do what he wanted to do and stuff like. And then like so he was just playing guitar, eating food, drinking water, chilling out, relaxing. Never read a Bible. I can tell because he don't have a Bible. He's read books about songs.
The
And then-
superhero though, talking about he don't want to be a superhero because he needed a saving. They still telling their fruits that without even them trying to put on the costume, they get tired. They still in human emotions. He was running away from the very gig that he signed up to because he didn't even like it because he ain't Jesus. What? So even those people that operate in this black magic, black arts, and all these things that they think they're doing to manipulate life and control certain things with their own hand, they need God as well. And so their life be up and down because they live in an emotional standpoint, and the only one who has overcame emotion and been designed to subdue them is Jesus.
And then Megamon was started this robbing stuff and like that, and act like, and then he took over the town, the city, and then he was act like he was the president, and he still had a boy inside himself, and he wanted to create his own superhero so he could fight battles. Turns out when he tried to create, he lied to it, and then the dude that he tried to create a superhero, and then because he stuck a thing up his nose, so he turned into a superhero. And then he tried to act like he was a space dad or something like that. And his pet fish, I was talking pet fish, act like he was a space stepmom or something. And then he was trying to teach him how to be a superhero. And then, okay, boom. And he was getting crazy. The dude that they were trying to teach to be a superhero was getting crazy. He turned crazy, and then he turned on Mega Man because he had lied to him, and he got kissed a girl that he didn't know, and then that he never was dating. Mega Man kissed a girl that that dude was never dating, and then he act like that was his girlfriend, and he never the girl said that they was never dating.
He was in delusion?
Yes.
Wow.
Dude, he act like she liked him. She told him that she never liked him. She thought he was her friend. And then Mega Man, she liked the Mega Man and stuff like that. But she didn't know that was Mega Man because he was trying to shapeshift to
shifting demons.
Yeah, what's it called? Oh, clone. I think it was clone.
Pretending.
Oh yeah, he was pretending to be somebody else
that he wasn't to get the person,
and then
get the person and find out you ain't what you said. You lie, like 11 said. So what she said that to Will, you lie.
No, not Will.
Who that Will was?
Mike.
Yeah, Mike. She said, you lie. When I first seen that, back then I played that part over and over. It was the way she said it. She was fed up on that phone conversation. Woo-wee. She ain't lie. You lie. She figured it out. That ever happened to you? When you figure out that one fruit, and the fruit you just constantly been discerning certain things, but when you finally got that big nugget of information and you perceive it, the weight of the matter, and you like truth, and so it's like finally you've been sitting over here acting like this and this and this and this. Because what did Will do anyway? I mean, Mike. I keep talking about Will. Will must have did something too, but what did Mike do against her for her to say that? She said, "You lie."
Well, because Hopper said he wasn't allowed to talk to her because he ain't like that they had a relationship together, and then he said stay away from her or he would take her away or something like that, and then he had to lie to her actually because he wasn't allowed to see her, and then he had said that he was at his own grandma's house and stuff like that, and then
he was avoiding telling her the truth, huh?
Yeah. And then she went over to Max's house, and then Max's house said he's lying to you, something like that, and then told her all the stuff, and then she told her Max told 11 that she should dump him.
And 11 got on that phone, baby, and I don't remember the whole conversation.
No, she had got in person. They went to the Mike, mall. Yeah, and then he tried to find a necklace for her, and then she said, Mike.
Ooh, and them people was acting weird around her. And then them people was acting weird. She dealt with all that stuff at the skating rink, and then they pinned it on her, and they the one was being mean to her. But when she retaliated, now she the bad guy, and she done knocked old girl upside the head with the skate or something. And then
she was bleeding.
And then when they seen blood, everybody thought it was her fault, and it really was like, but y'all gonna act like these people wasn't bullying her and doing all that, making fun of her. But everybody saying that cause she got powers, she crazy. Yeah, boy. Okay, she needed Jesus though. I ain't gonna cap on that.
And his Papa house,
heard me?
No, what you said?
In 11 Papa's house.
Jesus! That's big.
Whoever that dude in 11 went in a row. And, like,
When she went in the room, when she said that, that's what you talking about?
no, she kissed in the room.
She kissed somebody in the room?
You're talking about Mike. How you know that? How you watch that?
Come here.
I watched it 20%.
Come on, that's beside the point. The Lord saved us from lukewarm Christianity. We all shouldn't have been watching that. She sure did. Come tell. What happened? She said, I watched it 24/7. She did, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, she did like that show. She liked it 11. She
I should
sure
find out
did.
about that show.
Come on, tell me. Because they implement.
Because I mean,
They want to come.
it's not as
You know these thoughts in the evil spirit, the principalities, the
It's
rulers
gonna say,
and
actually.
darkness of this world, and spiritual wickedness in high places want to come implement things of the dark to make you come put, partner with, to put fruits in your mind and your logic, to mix and match, and if it can program you and get you to agree with it subliminally, then now you go and create the same choices of these TV shows, and then you're trying to figure out why the life it just not adding up the same because it's fake. Then when you realize it's fake, the thing that you try to live from, and you see it ain't gonna add up right, you just start blaming those people. They don't want you to get the fix, so you trauma bond, and now everybody under the curse, and nobody's talking about life, and that means either go find we need Jesus. That's what we need, a rescue.
If you're not in life, you're in death.
Speak life and not death, and not fairy tales. That's folklore and imagination and divination. And we cast down because the Lord said, in carnal reality, He says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal minded. Imagination and delusions of lies. You remember He gave those people over that was in those magic arts and pagan worship over to their lustful desires and their gods. And they was in delusion. They believed they own lie. Let me just say the scripture. Y'all ever met that person that really started believing they own lie? Ain't that deep? There's people I don't watch get whooping and they did something wrong, and then they want to tell the truth that they got a whooping, and then they go ahead after they get the whooping, and then they want to involve you in the guilt of what they got a whooping for because the whooping hurt it, and they go in there and say and get mad at the person who whooped them, and then been sitting over there saying certain things like ain't this wrong? Didn't they do this? They you see how they act, and you looking like but I watched you do what they said that you shouldn't have did. So you gonna tell the truth? Are you gonna take accountability? Because I can say they whooped you wrong. They sure did take it looked like but you actually did do what they told you don't do to get the whooping though.
Back then they whoop you like a slave.
Child, they did, but you did do what they said. You lied. First of all, you ain't want to get caught. So this is what I'm saying. You not putting me on that plane to lie with you? No. You want me to say they're wrong? I can say they're wrong, right? For how they did the extensive whooping on how they went about it, but you don't want to take accountability to say that you wrong too. You just want to say they wrong because it hurt it. You wrong because you lied and you didn't tell them the truth, and then you got a whooping. But now you want to only say that they're the ones all wrong. No, people would do this, and that's deception. Deception, sin against your body, right? You can sin against your body and be in fornication and sexual immorality, and you go forth in such a way, and you think you're going to just be free and have no consequences. No, it's consequences. You going to get broken up, cheated on, you going to get, and baby, you better hope, because that's sin against your sexual immorality, fornication, and sin against your own body. Which means that's a doorway open to Satan to say, I'm in agreement with, the risk of hoping not to get a disease. I'm in agreement with the risk of hoping that, darkness don't come over here and dwell in thee. Baby, soul ties come with demons, and sexual immorality come with demons that come into your body and dwell there. And the only person who can get them out is Jesus. Those demons, and you go get with the next person and another person, and they got the same evil spirits operating them, and now you on that, that's a carnival and that's a ride. But there's Nephilim spirits and Nephilites that's in a backdrop trying to mate with the ideology of willful sin because they against God. How we get there, I don't know. I jumped, but I heard it. I know that much. Somebody need to know that clarity. I've been rescued from a lot of stuff now, and it's time to keep it real. You got to start telling the truth. It's not to avoid sin and avoid unhealthy habits and ill will against yourself, because the Lord saved me from everything, and I seen a lot growing up, and I had a lot of people trying to seek wise counsel and ask me instead of asking Jesus. You remember that season where they be like, look out for your strong friends. Your strong friends hear a lot of things in the backdrop about y'all. But at the same token, your strong friend don't tell your business to everybody either. However, we hear that Jesus, I was the friend that offered Jesus to all of my friends, but a lot of people didn't accept Jesus. And they didn't want to accept the fact that they would ask me questions, and I would tell them that Jesus is the one who saved me. But people don't be ready to submit, so you gotta let them go and let bygones, and pray for them, and hope that they come to understand that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, for real. And venting about their problems all the time just to get over it is not the solution to give them to the breakthrough. Because Satan is so deceptive, he'll turn around and make them target you beyond their own reality of not submitting their will. So now everybody the problem and ain't nobody the solution. What? Yeah, you got to start thanking God for the doors that's closed too. Because baby, asking and it shall be given you. Seeking ye shall find. Knocking the door will be open. Ask Jesus. Knock for Jesus. Seek Jesus. Go ahead, Ryan. I need to get off. Yes, I need to get off. I'm telling the truth though. I am. Testimonies.
Testimony.
What happened, Ryan? What happened?
Oh, yeah. So, 11 and dude was in a round. Mike. 11 and Mike was
Keep the door open 3 inches. That's what Copper did.
Yeah.
Keep the door open 3 inches.
See, every time I try to leave. That sounds like a fruit. Deception. What you mean keep the door open 3 inches? See how them demons want to come close to you? They want to keep a crack in the door. They want you to, as soon as you forgive, they think it's time to come back. Or if you lose somebody special close to you, they think that now it's time to get back in the door. I can be there for you. If you have lack and you can't pay a bill, maybe they're coming back saying, can I pay it for you? They're doing all type of things, but you want to know if these the people who want deliverance or is they seeking Jesus. Be careful of those who come in sheep clothing, acting like they're sheep, but they're wolves. And they got hidden agendas and motives against you because their doorway is open to Satan, and they ain't chose to submit their free will, and they're still living a lifestyle that is connected to the world. This come in many shapes and forms because people will turn around and now switch up on you. But baby, if they have gotten in bed with Herod Pilate system and all the same way that they try to come towards Jesus and crucify him before his time came, they're going to try to do that. And anything that anything that is going to produce life, they're going to try to come and take it. What? And call it good. No way. That's a lie. That's a God that's false and a Jezebelic covenant. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Religious backdrop. See, but this is the catch though, y'all. Growing up in these systems, this was the programming of more religious backdrops that we could not see from principalities, rulers, and darkness of this world. These people got contracts, they on the TV, and not everybody belong in your mind. Not everybody belong there. Okay. One more time. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ryan. I'm so sorry. I rebuke ego. For sure. Lord, humble me. Keep me humble, God. I rebuke pride.
Keep me humble. Keep me back.
I said in this one.
It's a podcast. We're not going to show our face anyway.
That's what I said.
So go ahead and tell.
So, in this one, Max was listening to music, and then the devil go and try to the devil go to crack her bones up, and she had to be escorted in a hospital.
Oh my God! Just for listening to music, that's a message. That's a message.
And she had depression.
That's a message. They telling their fruits.
And nosebleeds.
They're telling their fruits. Nosebleed represent bloodshed. The blood city. From what we read in the beginning. Yeah, Satan is like to steal, kill, and destroy. He sure do. Ain't that deep?
We do this stuff. That's what we do. Look, this is what we do to serpents. It's the serpent.
They're like, this on Disney and that's on Netflix. So how did that? It's the world. Where's Jesus? Okay now. It says the plot to kill Xerxes fails. And we jump to Esther, y'all. This is Esther chapter 2, verse 19. And when the virgins were gathered together the second time, then Mordecai sat in the king's gate. Esther had not yet shewed her kindred nor her people, as Mordecai had charged her. For Esther did the commandment of Mordecai, like as when she was brought up with him. In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, 2 of the king's chamberlains, Bigthan and Teresh, of those which kept the door, were wroth and sought to lay hand on the Asherahs. My God, many are going to choose. Many are coming to say, I choose Jesus. Many are walking, my God, and they're submitting their will. I could just perceive it. I prophesy. They are literally coming clean about the fruits of the matter, because the Lord said this is the season of clarity. He is gearing to gear the fruits of the matter flat out, and I Many are even seeing the fruits add up from the fruits of what they hear. Judge the fruit accordingly. We don't come to condemn no one's soul, because even those people, when they walk away from Satan, who's in a backdrop that they couldn't see, having them even look like they're with the enemy, baby, gonna let the enemy fall low like God intended in the first place, and they're gonna be saying, I choose Jesus. They're gonna be laying prostrate before the Lord again. They're gonna be praying PRAYING to the Lord, and not to heroes, not to folklores and fairy tales, not to a lie. They're gonna be coming forth. I see prodigals coming home to the heart of Yahweh. Prodigals, the son, God's chosen, his children, his sons are coming home. The kings, they have real royal inheritance, but see, Satan wants to pretend that, you know, do the backwards way of God giving them the Godhead of knowledge and Jesus being a bridegroom that's over the church, over their temple, over their vessel. Instead, Satan want to counterfeit the blessing, and he says in Isaiah 14:14, he will sit and, you know, in the clouds posing as the Most High God, being a naysaying poser, telling them what they can't have, what they can't do, what they can't say, what they, you know, yeah.
So then they create their own God.
Just like a prison, like they did Megamind, telling them how he go stay in here, what he can't do, what he can't eat, what he can't, you know, and finally let him out when they want to let him out because they want to offer him a deal. Didn't they do that? And didn't they do that? They tried to offer him a deal or something when they needed a hero or they needed something. They needed him for something at the end, didn't they?
Yeah, they called on him so they can help. So they can help the hero that he tried to create, because he turned into a villain, and he is. And so he needed him.
They finally needed Megamind. What? Ooh-wee. Beware of the world, bro. The world. Ooh-wee, the world. Excuse me. The world, sorry. The world, they will literally put you to the, my God, they will drag your name in the mud. They will, wait until they finally need you. And when they need you, they forget about everything they said about you or against you. They don't.
Jesus.
Jesus, the only one, faithful and true. He loyal. I'm sorry, go ahead. What Max did, because she keep coming for Max.
What Max, before she cracked her bones, she was floating, because
she was levitating high.
Yeah, because
she liked that music, didn't she?
Yeah, that Vecna
that false high, world.
That's a Satan.
That's clouded.
Vecna had cracked like
I rebuke clouded judgment.
Like
she was trying to run, then the devil go to try.
That was Vecna, right?
She was trying to run from the devil, but he was threatening to kill her.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's how they do in them gangs. If you get in this gang and you want to get out, not a fear-based reality of the customs of what you can't see in the principalities, which is really evil spirits and demons trying to gang stalk and tell you if you leave, if you stop doing this, they threaten you in the spirit realm, and because you may have a gift, my God, or you're chosen, my God, they're gonna backward sight and tell you that you're stuck here forever if you don't do this, and this gonna happen, and all this stuff. And sometimes even the physical, you will hear the demons speaking through people to actually act out the scene of what they want to do, to force you to do something, to force you to be some way. And yeah, this is the ideology of the same way of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. It sounds like the fruit of Hitler. Somebody like the programming, the systems program. When you get in these classrooms, chakra entertainment, they go ahead and, first of all, there's a street light outside and they say yellow, red, and green. They added a few more colors on there, right? But then they wanted to say, okay, in chakra, they put your light, okay, it's called a flashlight, right, on the street. But in your life, they want to take your light. They want to hide behind the vessel. So they say in chakra, they can go in and control your emotions. It sounds like the movie Inside Out. Y'all know, did she have, like, what was the colors of those? Joy and what was the other?
Sadness, envy, disgust, fear, anger, ennui, embarrassment,
anxiety, embarrassment. What?
Those are the new ones. Embarrassment, anxiety, envy, and ennui.
Envy and envy and
that's in the Inside Out.
And Joy. Then I seen like a preview of a picture or something of Joy being the one that gotta go. They was trying to attack Joy in a new one or something. It looked like a big black dark shadow was about to come for Joy this time. They put in a movie. They're telling y'all what they doing to y'all, okay, to y'all temple. And somebody in the back door talking about, ain't me, I ain't y'all. For sure you ain't, cause baby, if you got Jesus, you know better. And if you now you know. Hey, cause you got authority and you got to speak life over yourself. Heck yeah, you ain't them. But it's some who willingly want to sign up. And so, baby, hey, you better beware. It's the time where it's wheat versus tares and people is being misled and they're choosing.
Omni was a boy and but it was a girl.
You thought Omni was a boy?
Omni is like a
Omni was a boy, but it was a girl. Mixed logic.
No, I thought she was a boy, but she was a girl. If she was a girl, I thought she was a boy.
That's deep.
Omni motion is like boredom.
Boredom.
Yeah.
That's look like enslavement. They sitting over here lying. Envy ain't the real emotion, but they're creeping behind the matter of saying they want to be inside your vessel. But they against God on Disney, so how they gonna try to get in anybody's vessel that belongs to God? That's creepy.
Said don't live in your emotions, and it's like that movie is living in the emotions because they're showing.
Say it again, Camille.
He said don't live in your emotions, but they're like an inside out. They're like living in their emotions.
Wow.
It's like,
backwards.
and then they have an imaginary land. They have imaginary fairy tale land or something.
Imaginary fairy tale
I don't
land.
know if it said fairy tale, but I know it was imaginary land. Then they have like an imaginary friend called Bing Bong.
Ooh.
Bing Bong.
Y'all, let's talk to our kids again and see what they intake on the fruits of these movies, okay, that they may have watched growing up or whatever the case is. I'm pretty sure you guys are changing their movie to faith-based movies or even Christ-like movies, mainly in inspiration and all of that stuff, and Holy Ghost-filled movies and things of such matter. I know it's coming. It's a new coming and it's a new day. But let's hear what the children have regarding the fruits, because they watch their system. When your child is chosen, God will reveal to you the fruits and the motives in these movies so you can see the truth. Ain't that deep? But if you shush your kid up, or if you just want your kid to watch it so you can stay busy, then who misleading who? Because now that system done programmed you to make it think it's okay for you to reject the children and put them on it. That's wrong. We got to take accountability. We sure do. We can't just blame everything on the world and we ain't take accountability of our own sin, because I've been there. And tell me, child, I was wrong. Right? But see, Jesus is the one that's perfect. How do you get over the wrong until you get Jesus? Okay, you take accountability, you tell the truth. It don't mean everything I did was wrong. No, just like people have a tendency, when you tell your truth, you take accountability. Some people would rather choose to hide behind your truth and not ever take accountability for their wrong, and they'll signify what you did as a reason to legitimately allow them to live in their emotions against you. Just because in reality they're saying they're against Jesus, they're against God, but they don't have the full authority, or they're actually fearing to say it to God that they're against God. So they'll choose you, who's choosing to submit your will to God, to be the one to blame and to charge against their sin, right? And to validate their emotions on what they go out and vent to the world against you because of the guilt that is robbing their decisions. Like Judas, who betrayed Jesus, was consumed with Satan and the guilt, so much so that he chose to kill himself. Kind of like Hangman. Y'all remember the gang Hangman? Haman operated in the same way. Let's talk about it.
When he got hanged on the thing that he was going to hang Mordecai on.
Yep.
He hanged that, and they didn't get him on that instead.
It backfired.
But in the Inside Out, in the imaginary land, she had like an imaginary boyfriend in there, and then a stack of them piled up, and then he said, "I would die for Riley." He said, "I'll die for Jesus."
She should have said, okay, pick up their cross and walk for Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, instead of he saying, "I die for Riley, I die for Riley." Wasn't he like a, what is that? A hieroglyphic or something?
Yeah,
What was
like
he?
Like a glitch.
A glitch. He was glitching. He was a bot. That's what they said. Every time I'm trying to read the word, they keep coming back with another fruit revealing. Who fruit seeing a fruit right now? Fruit is detecting, and it's time to forgive and let that go and give it to Jesus. Pray heavy on that prayer. You sleep good at night, because baby, you cannot force anybody to do anything. You just got to know if this is not adding up and it's given that it's a glitch system and it ain't a real boy, baby, you want to let it go, because give Pinocchio, because he a counterfeit too, and he got caught in the belly of the whale. What Ryan said, y'all seen that video when God gave her a new revelation? She came ask me and I was like, Lord, I call on Jesus. She said, Ma, how did Pinocchio get caught in the belly of a whale and Jonah is in the belly, got caught in the belly of a whale? Y'all, if you can't build your foundation up on the rock and submit your will, why is you counterfeiting God's story? What? Them people will act like they for you, and they'll be saying, "I die for you, I die for you, Riley, I die for you, Riley." But baby, soon as death come, that thing ain't even got the authority to die for you, because it's already a bot and it's glitch. It ain't even real. What? And they want you to believe it. Come on now. Nephilim, that's a Nephilim. That's that system of the world where they want to come be rich and I'm gonna make you a star and you be a star. And yeah, I ain't gonna tell you that if you run off the cliff, I'm gonna leave you hanging there. But yeah, Because when Jesus was born, the star risen over him and his birthright was restored, and Herod come trying to kill him and take his star, but he missed because he was with God. And so God told Joseph, go ahead and get that baby out of here. This is the only begotten son. And so he gave provision, just as well as you chose a fruit, chose a vessel, chose a nation. If it favor ain't fair. And so if you found this video and now all the truth is adding up and now you're like, shame the devil, goodbye. I'm going to proclaim Jesus as victory over my successes, and I don't care who come talking about, can you watch my baby? And yeah, I love that cute little baby. And that baby got a pacifier. What's the motive? Because them parents that be belonging to them babies have a whole motive agenda hidden. And you want to watch her because these people be setting people up. And I'm trying to tell you, don't leave your baby with anybody. This the season. It be who you least suspect that will wrong your children. Least suspect who will wrong your children and make your and tell your children lies. And tell your children lies to don't tell their mama. Saying, oh, don't do this. And like doing really, 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 my God, I'm talking about beyond the means low stuff. Like really no intent. There's a difference where no. This is the catch about it all. Doing harmful intent intentionally to hurt your child. Straight up. Not your child getting hurt and they care. Not like that, no. But flat out have intentions to see your child hurt. And then tell your child, don't tell your mama. You feel me? No love intended. Flat out. I've been around situations where kids maybe, and I was the one who watched everybody kids. We got different type of kids. Some kids listen to you, some kids don't. Some kids got to be told, don't do this, and then hurt themselves and they learn the lesson. But you still have love for these kids, right? Because I know I did. I always loved the kids. And you got some kids who make accidents, and yeah, they do certain things. And they may, is it a reason to call your mama if you just did this, you know? These are certain things that you want to be aware of, though. And all things the mother should be called. And that's lessons learned even growing up. At first, when I was younger, I didn't always have that understanding that a parent should be called for every single detail of what goes on in the child's life. But as I come closer to the Lord, he shows me different things. For me, I would look at life like if your child get hurt, I'm going to love on your child. You know, I'm going to make sure your child is right and fixed and everything. You feel me? But if it ain't needed to call it, this was me growing up when I was younger, right? If it ain't needed to absolutely stir up anything for no reason, then there was no point. You feel me? But if this child needs attention, or this child actually got hurt to the point where they're crying, it's time to let this parent know. You feel me? But if somebody, like a child had it from the extent, because this happened to me before as well. A child did have a little, ooh, ouch, but they ain't crying or nothing. That's like, for me, I'm looking like you shouldn't, ain't no need to call your parent. You okay? Me ask you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. It's fine. And that one didn't even want to call their parent. They was fine. And also, yeah, one of their parents still ended up getting notified just because of my fruits. But there are people who don't act like you. And you be a good person to kids. And as you a good person, you don't operate the way other people operate, but you expecting them to operate the way you operate. And guess what? They don't. And so when you ain't around, they're smiling in your face, but they secretly desire for your child to be hurt because of the spirit of jealousy that's operating in them and selfish desires because of whatever thought that the enemy have given them against you, and them not having the confidence to say it to you. They'll take the low route out and go after your children just to get back at you, to watch you respond to your child's hurt, all while they was in agreement with Satan against you to see your children hurt. And then tell your children to lie. Do real evil stuff in that world. Lock your kids outside. While you probably, listen, there have been plenty of times while you probably, I done seen a lot of different things. You don't let your kids go over everybody's house. You need a place to, for them to go, and you want to pay your bills. You need to get to work, just work alone. You will offer to pay certain people. And they'll tell your kids evil things about you or say certain things just when you're not around out of spite. They'll literally allow your kid to be hurt or attacked. Locking them outside, doing things, not feeding them. And you paying them money, some of them, to keep your kids. And your kids young. They'll lie to your kids and tell them certain things before they get back to you. And I know for a fact the Holy Spirit, when you gifted, he gonna hit that discernment where it's gonna be unsettled about a matter. Like, hold on, no. But you gotta check your own, you gotta check yourself through accountability also in regards to why are you unsettled anyway. Because are you close to this person? You know? But see, me, I'm a grown woman. If I leave my kids anywhere, I'ma communicate with the person. And this go from even a standpoint of let's just move the conversation in regards to certain matters, because this is what I'm hearing in the backdrop as well. You know how you go and you move on from a relationship, and you like me, my kids, my kids had to stay over one of their dad's girlfriend's house at the time in a previous life, right? But this girlfriend, I'm flat out saying it, this is a flat out season. His girlfriend was somebody, me and her, it was his boy, it was his girlfriend, this is my testimony. His previous girlfriend was somebody that he took me out on a double date with. And later in life, him and her end up getting together. And my kids end up being sent with him, with their parent, right? With their parent. And she is watching my kids without me fully knowing. I found out after, and I just happened to figure it out. Once I figure it out, I'm not in spite because I knew her from a previous season. I was upset. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? From what happened and how that transpired, but I got over it. But now, since this is who you're dating, I need to know who my kids are around and how is her motive against me. So for me, I want to have a conversation with her. I want to have a conversation with my kids. I want to see how everything is transpiring when I'm not around. Do you really love my kids? Or do you love this man enough to love his kids? Because it don't got to be about me. Because that's how I see it. Because less about me. And if this your decision, that's your decision. To be together. Because I'm no longer dealing with you. You know? I got my lesson. You know? And I don't blame him. It be what it be. You made your choice. You know? And that's how you have to mature about a matter. But your kids, they matter to you. So you need to know how their fruits are aligning and how do they think about your children. And you gonna get discernment on everything when it's time to know certain things. But are you taking accountability to your own actions on what you think about that person? Because when you haven't healed and you look at that person through a spirit of jealousy, because that's what the enemy offer, now you probably are promoted to say evil things against this person and then target them as if they so wrong for keeping your kids, when all actuality, the unsettlement is that you need to forgive what actually transpired against you and the person, like the parent. It's a lot of different sides to this story. But the point about everything is you got to look at the fruit of a matter of how your kids respond to a person. Because for one, when your kid see that they're being done wrong, they're not going to like to go over this environment. They'll try to tell you. They'll try to forewarn you. They'll show you certain things and you cannot ignore it. But if you choose to ignore it because what you want to do, now you just became a part in their story of where trauma was created. When you could have been the one who helped instead of dictate saying you going over here because you got something else to do in your life. That's wrong. And being in willful sin will get you there. And now Satan will take a route to now get you against your child as your child grow and have to endure to try to get over this traumatic experience of who you left them with. I done been through some things. I done seen some things. Growing up in a generational curse, hurt people hurt people. That child will tell you. But if your child young and they being manipulated, but they're not fully aware of what manipulation is, then they may have just been hushed or muzzled the prophet. That's Jezebel, a witch and a warlock system. Satan and Jezebel, Baal and Jezebel. Yeah, ew. Spirits. And this is why we want to be aware. You know? You want to be aware. Because when you love your child, you don't want them to endure nothing that you maybe had to endure, or you don't want them to have to experience no hurt. If it's not, you wouldn't want them to have to experience no hurt that could be prevented. Because there is accidents in life in general that can happen. But you don't want it to be the cause of your own sin and your own hurt. That's deep. But this is where you got to grow. And you got to humble. Because I remember when I first, and this is just me giving y'all my testimony, baby, when I found out that the person that I went on a double date with was now with the person that I actually, had a relationship with, and how that worked, y'all. We was all on a double date together, and now we ain't together. Y'all together? What? What? But baby, when my kids involved, Ebony gone. Flesh, goodbye. I'm like, Jesus, what the right thing to do? First of all, my kid come home and one of them calling that one mama. What? It was deep for me. It was humbling though. And you know what I did? I had to ask my kids, what make you say this about her? Let me know. How does she treat you? She told me to call her mama. I said, well, how did she treat you? She didn't say anything negative about her treating her a type of way, but she reconciled with the fact that she barely knew her. So it's some space in that, Let's see how long you stay around since you're introducing the fact that you should be calling this person mama. What? My ego had to be humbled because I'm over here like, whew, especially when you a mama that care. Baby, hold on. I worked hard. You know how their parents back in the day, they're like, it took how many other up 10 hours to push your head up out this body? I'm your mama. So I'm just playing, but for facts. Hey, I'm serious though, for sure. And long story short, everybody have life lessons. But that parent, me and him do have a level of communication. So we were, as we grew older, not always at first we had that. But we did have to grow beyond the things that we was looking from a childlike mentality. But we eventually established it because I chose Jesus in my life. And certain things I wasn't willing to tolerate, like argumentative conversations or certain things that happen. And so I was able to grow. I got tired of being the one who want to be in an argument just to say that I'm right. That takes too much time. So God grew me, and he humbled me, and I watched him humble him in a different way. And so we were able to communicate over certain things as we went forward in life, even though our decisions and our mindsets were different in our choices. Ain't that deep? The only way you can do that is if Jesus is in the midst. That don't mean that everybody gonna be on the same page in their lifestyle, right? And we stopped making it about us and made it about the kids. And that allowed everything to be in regards to the matter of saying, I care for these kids, and him saying, I care for these kids. But he has his way to care, and I have my way to care. But let's figure out how we can operate this where they're still cared for. And that take time and patience and reconciling with love, because love is patient and love is kind. But see, if you still focusing on the love that you have with a person, then now Satan wants to manipulate the love that your children receive. And so it comes off in a toxic way where nobody gets the healing, nobody gets the breakthrough, and everybody pointing a finger to say that they're right or who wrong. And that's a constant battle of a cycle of traumatic experience, not just for you too, but your child. So you want to get back in your child's life by asking them things. And I learned this over the course of time. Not dictating. Just because dictating was done with you don't mean it's right. You want to ask your kid, do you feel comfortable with going over here? Do you feel safe? Because kids see things that you don't always see. They observe it, they discern it, baby. They operate in the fruits of the spirit while you grow up, yeah, you probably over there doing whatever you doing and seeing it from this standpoint because you looking at everything else and they watching everything you can't see. Because I remember seeing people fruits that back when I was younger, I seen people who didn't really like my parents. I did. And I ain't know what I would say it to them. I would say, y'all ain't, yeah, I don't like that fruits. They're not your friend. I find a way to say it, and it sometimes fly out just like that. And then they'll turn around and look at me like, how you just say that? How you know that? Sometimes one of them parents of mine asked me, how you know? I seen it, but the whole time it was God telling me, because I was gifted and I didn't even know I was gifted. I would just hear it. I would see what I was seeing and through the discernment. And as a seer, I'm watching their body language and everything they doing, and not just what they doing with you, but how they doing with that person and that person. And now I'm looking to see, And so it started adding up if they're a good person or not. But see, when you a good person, how you is with this person and that person, the story gonna be the same, even if that person don't like your fruits completely. And you ain't got to tell your story. God will speak for you. You know? So even when Satan try to put accusations on your name in regards to certain matters, the Lord will defend you when you belong to him. Don't make you perfect. Don't make everything in your choices the way that person will operate, or this person will operate, or that person will operate. You, as a parent who love their child, should always be in a care of assisting, of being in discernment of the Holy One at all times, at all matters, because you love your child. That's a great thing. But you still got to take accountability, because if you don't do people right and you send your kids somewhere, of course you're going to be jealous and scared and everything else. Yeah, you're going to be worried about what's going to happen, because you don't know what you done said about that person, that you're going to go ahead and not send your kid over there. Of course you want to settle. Then you got to forgive and you got to take accountability and apologize, because that's wrong anyway. Yeah. Turn around and yeah. I've been the one, somebody did me like that before too. Yeah. And I love their child. Sure did. And I still do. But at the same token, when life moved forward and I'm no longer dealing with these individuals, I got to choose my life for the way that Jesus has led me. But I've been accused before because of somebody else's guilty conscience. This is flat out season. I don't judge nobody, so to condemn it. But these are the experiences that has taught me many lessons. God allowed me to have love in my heart and extended my heart for other children. When I didn't ever even know, because I have 4 children of my own, that I can love from beyond those measures. But I did. And that was a true experience that I take with me for the rest of my life. Because I reconciled with that there was another part of me that I never even knew before. And this has me understanding so much of who God purposed me to be. So no matter how Satan tries to do certain things in your life, you got to still choose Jesus and walk with him no matter what's going on, and let God speak for you. Because if God be for you, who shall be against you? Haman, see, Haman. he be listening to flies or something. He be listening to flies and demons and the spirit of stupor. Because look, it say Haman's plot. We jumping down, y'all. Haman, this is Esther verse 3. Haman plots against the Jews, okay, against the chosen one. After these things did King Xerxes, okay, this was down in this time, this before, this the old, you know, yeah, for sure, yeah, but let's go. After these things did King Xerxes promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him, and set his seat above all princes that were with him. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman. For the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence. Then the king's servants were oh my God. This is deep. A fruit just popped up on this one kid I watched, child. Oh my God, when I was in like high school or something, or middle school, this one kid begged. I don't know, kids love me. I love kids too, but baby, yeah, I tell their parents flat out, I don't want to watch a kid. No, they can't come over. If I say no, I mean no. That's just who I am. Don't come begging. Don't come begging to pay me nothing. Yes. Yeah, because they feel safe that their kids over there. And so they wanted, they could just go with Ebony. She ain't doing that because I like to stay in the house and to myself. They wanted me to watch their kids, baby. No, this ain't the daycare. But that's deep because God ended up using me one year in my life to be in daycare as well. That's so deep. And it's just deep because the Lord seen so many different things that he was expanding upon my heart posture. But baby, whoo, this one kid, that fruits was set up different. I was calling everybody like on speed dial. Come get her. Get her up out of here. It's time for her to go home. She gotta go. She was flipping out on me. She was tripping, but I realized that she was seeing things in me that I didn't even know about me. Yeah. But later in life, the Lord came back and brought that memory to me that she needed healing. And there was things that I didn't see about her in the spirit realm, that those were spirits operating through her that needed deliverance. But she didn't want to leave, y'all. She did not want to go. And then my mama at that time, baby, she thought it was so funny. She thought it was so funny because I'm calling her like, you done dropped this girl off over here. You didn't even ask me. Did I want her to stay? Then you give somebody else the authority to tell them that I can keep this child. And I ain't never signed up and want to do this. How come you did this to me? Come get her. They was laughing. The one day she came, her parental authority, I said it in front of her people too. Come get your child. They was in the car trying to go hang out. They thought it was so funny. They're trying to tell me everything. They laughed because the way I was like the prophet of Micaiah. I'm telling you flat out. That's the one Ahab, he couldn't stand. Because he wasn't trying to please nobody ego or they wants or nothing. He was telling flat out what God said. This child don't belong to me. Come get this child. I'm not watching. But that child, though, I love her. And she still love me, too, to this day. I haven't seen her in so long. She's not even a child no more, baby. But that's one thing about it. And I'm not trying to, but I'm telling y'all the flat out truth. I'm telling y'all. When I was younger, I used to be the main one saying, I am not having kids. Because everybody in their grandma wanted me to keep their kids growing up. I was the only girl. And everybody just thought, oh, she can watch the kids. Yeah, because I don't want to go to the bar, to the club. Not saying I ain't never been when I grew up, but it wasn't my place. I ain't like it. I ain't really like it, not never. I tried to go for people, and it wasn't it. And I ain't really like it. So now, I get to keep the kids. Goodbye. Who thought y'all ever thought that? And they be saying that because you chosen, you a child of God, and you kind, humble-hearted, you got a good heart. Everybody think, oh, okay, just put the kids on you. Goodbye. Whoever lied to you. I told them, y'all, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't care what relative it was, everything going good, we over there and everything. Yeah, this is another different occasion too. It's just fruits popping everywhere. Who other fruits? Y'all seeing fruits too? Fruit slice. But yeah, I say it in love, but I tell you also in peace. You don't never got to worry about this because, baby, I'm not staying here to watch your child. I don't care. I'm not staying here to watch your child. I don't want to hear it. No, you ain't got to pay me. Don't worry about it. There's this one person. They always had this one saying, but it just hit right here at the right moment. It's given. Don't even worry about it. You know what? Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Hear me now? Gold. Kingdom building. If you don't want to watch somebody kill, you got to tell them the truth. Flat out. Don't be trying to sugarcoat. Because, yeah, man. Y'all. That just made me think, because this is deep, the world we live in. People really is wrong out here in this world. I ain't one of them. I'm going to tell you flat out. And you can be mad at me all you want. I had an auntie growing up. She was so mad. She went off because I wouldn't watch her kid. Because he cried all the time. Goodbye. She was talking so nice to me. Yeah, she sure was my favorite one too. She sure was. I was like, no, you got a holler box on you. He can't stay. He's so cute. I hold him. But baby, when you leave, he leave. She was so mad at me, y'all. But this how you gotta be. You gotta tell them flat out. Because, yeah, they need to know. They gotta keep their own kids. But if they go take their kids somewhere else and they don't want to sit their tail down to reconcile with the fact that if you can't get your kid a secure babysitter, a safe place, then you don't need to be going where you need to go, even if it's work. I don't care. Call off. I don't care. Y'all, they got customs at the job to tell y'all not to love y'all kids enough. Do you know? If you don't show up to work, I'ma fire you. Yeah. Yes, but let you say something else about something going on. You can leave then. If you sick, you can leave now because you got a doctor's note because you sick. But if your kid got something going on, you can't just leave work and come back. You know? That's deep. That's deep. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, goodbye. Yes. I love the Lord because he humbled me, he grew me, he changed me, and he helped me because, baby, my way I said certain things, it probably wasn't always coming out right, but I'm glad I was saying them. I sure am. Because now I come to see people that want to act like really, and, oh, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. There are some people that you're going to have to forgive because this season the Lord is telling on them. Clarity, flat out. Everything you wanted to know, go ask the Lord. I don't care if it was seasons ago when your kids were younger. And re-ask your child. Now that you submitted your will to the Lord, see, don't it bless you? He gonna reveal a fruit of a matter on everybody else that ever you what and those you ever least suspected. Be the ones who literally, intentionally wanted to see you and your kids on the pole, right? But see, in Haman's situation, he did that after the chosen ones. And he ended up getting on the pole, and so did his kid, because Esther said, your kids got to go too. Goodbye. What is your petition? Ask the Lord. He going to tell you. And he asking you right now, what is your petition? You want to know the truth? Go ask the Lord. Seek wise counsel. Because Haman, baby, he went right up on those poles, okay? He sure did. He did. Y'all read Haman? Chapter 3. Go finish. I love y'all. I'm finished too. I keep saying I'm finished. Today I'm finishing it. I'm finishing it. I'm ready before. You ready before? Okay, go finish it. Because, yeah, we need our word always. We always need Jesus. That's it. I love y'all. Be well, be blessed, stay motivated, stay positive. Stay prayed up. Your truth speak volumes when you with the way, the truth, and the life.